This is Fox 59 Sports Overtime.
A fine evening to all. You made it home safe. That's half the battle on Carb Day at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Congratulations. Inside the Fox 59 studio, this is Sports Overtime. I'm Dave Griffiths. Let's run down what's on tap for the show. We'll recap today's practice session on the IMS Oval. We'll go one-on-one with James Hinchcliffe out of the 500, but not leaving Indy, no sir. A familiar last name to 500 fans finds victory circle in the Freedom 100, and we'll see how one Indy Lights driver may have a future career on the canvas one day. Those stories, plus races can be won or lost here in the pits. So which driver has the fastest team alongside him for this year's race? I'll have that answer just 5 minutes away. In the celebration that is Carb Day, with various events and revelry starting early in the morning, you have to get the final hour-long Indy 500 practice mixed in there as well. That we did in front of the largest crowd to witness practice over the last 2 weeks, no doubt. Got plenty for their money. A busy day on the track, one that ended with 2013 Indy 500 champ Tony Kanaan turning the fastest lap, though he's not overly concerned with topping the Carb Day charts.
It doesn't mean anything today, but it feels good. I mean, obviously, we do have a competitive car. The biggest issue is going to be what the weather is going to do as far as heat. The heat's going to affect us a lot.
I think focus and concentration is going to be the biggest thing. You know, it's going to be very easy, especially with the temperatures that we're going to have and the way the car drives. I think it's going to be very easy to make a mistake. So we just got to try and eliminate ourselves from doing that.
It's hard. I mean, it's obviously high track temp, high ambient, so low grip overall, and it's gonna be a challenge all through, but balance has been pretty good, so we'll see what we can do. We seem to be good in any condition, so every day of practice we've been slowly gaining confidence, so we're ready to go.
The conditions are pretty similar right now to probably what we'll have start race time, so you know this session was good for that. So we just have to look through the data, look at the changes we did today, see if we like that better than where we were at the end of Monday, and go from there.
Temperature, a common theme from those drivers. Kanaan, the hottest today in a Chevy, well ahead of a trio of Hondas there in Scott Dixon, Marco Andretti, and Sebastian Bourdais. Carlin Racing's Charlie Kimball rounds out the top 5 from today's practice session. Bit of trouble for Danica Patrick. Her team needed to take her 13 car back to the garages for some adjustments after the start of practice. But the repairs were made. She came back to turn a few laps and told us afterwards she had an electrical problem with her throttle.
They got me back out, and at the end of the day, these are things that you're actually glad for, because had it been Sunday, we'd be done. So I actually never mind getting bad luck or issues out of the way early on, and that way you know you've eliminated one thing at least.
Looking on the bright side, James Hinchcliffe's issues kept him from qualifying for this year's 500. But good luck chasing Hinch away from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He remains in town, and he's donning a shirt that'll tell you exactly where he wants to be. Hinch spoke with our Lara Overton this afternoon at the track.
Everybody was asking, what are you gonna, are you still gonna go to the race? What are you gonna do on Sunday? And I just want everybody to know exactly where we're gonna be. We're gonna be where we belong, which is right here, watching the Indy 500, cheering on my teammates.
You're not just here watching, you're going to partake in the pit stop challenge. How excited are you? That was always one of the highlights of Carb Day.
It always was. I love it. I'm really excited we're still allowed to be a part of it. These guys deserve it. They were killer last year in the pits. We've won already 2 fastest pit stop awards this season. We were second in this event last year, so we need a reason to smile in the 5 cam. So we're going to go out here today, try and kick some butt and keep Team Penske down and take home that big check.
This has been a bit of an unusual week for you, because we're still doing a lot of things surrounding the 500.
It was. It was a weird situation. Still going and doing media day, and we still took part in some of the events of Community Day and all the rest of it. And the series has been great, accommodating us in that sense. And in a lot of ways, it's been kind of helpful. It's been kind of therapeutic, actually talking about it, and it just helps you accept it and kind of move on. And we're trying really hard to not look back at what happened, not focus on what went wrong, learn from our mistakes, and then just keep our heads down, our eyes forward, think about Detroit.
But how eager are you to get behind the wheel of this car on the track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, in whatever fashion it is, this being Pit Stop Challenge?
I'll take it. Anytime I get to drive an Indy car, I'm a happy boy, especially here. So excited for this event. It sucks. I'm up against Robbie in the first round, which really sucks. But, hopefully, I guess we take him out. I don't know if that's, I feel bad saying that. He's my teammate. But, yeah, we'll do what we can today and just have some fun. Most importantly, try and put on a good show for the fans. This Carb Day crowd's always awesome, and we love having some fun with this event.
At least the guy you're going against, you know all his secrets, right?
Yeah, exactly right. I'm going to maybe lean into his car and adjust his brake bias a bit.
We'll keep it on the down low. Hinch was the runner-up in last year's Carb Day pit stop competition. Ready for another go at it today at Kiss for Luck. He did get past teammate Robert Wickens in the first round, then on to the semifinals. Hinch against Will Power. It's a rematch of last year's championship round. Power won then. Hinch was too strong today. The 5 team sends him on to the championship. The other semifinal, a pair of Hondas in the pits, Scott Dixon and Alexander Rossi. Dixon's a 2-time winner of the pit stop challenge. And he would move on yet again, a chance for number 3. Championship round was a best of 3. Hinch and Dixon split the first 2, so now to the final deciding third go. Who's it going to be, the 5 car, the 9 car? It is the 9 of Scott Dixon and team, edging out Hinchcliffe to take the win in this year's pit stop competition.
This is stressful, man. Like, I know it's fun, but it's stressful for the drivers. Big credit to the Rise IndyCar Series for putting this on. I think it's a great event, especially for the all the fans, and get to see how much effort goes into changing tires and filling a 18 or 20-gallon tank up in 6 seconds. It's pretty tough. So super happy for the PNC Bank guys. They've done a hell of a job.
More open wheelers to come, starting this race weekend with the Indy Lights Freedom 100. Who's the first driver to reach victory lane from the oval this May? That answer, but how was the one and only Bob Ross made an impact on one of open wheel racing's rising stars? I'll fill you in. Sports Overtime continues on Fox 59. The Indy Lights Freedom 100 has produced 5 winners who will race in this year's Indy 500 field. That's including pole sitter Ed Carpenter and reigning series champion Joseph Newgarden. 8 Lights drivers took the green flag at IMS today in the Freedom 100, hoping to be the next future IndyCar star to get his break on the 2.5-mile oval. 2 laps to go. Patricio O'Ward has the lead, but Colton Herta passes him on the inside. A good move on the back half of the back stretch, but he's got to hold him off. Now to the final straightaway. Herta ahead. O'Ward makes his move to the outside, but just quite doesn't have enough. Herta holds him off. Dad Brian, a 2-time Indy 500 winner, his team owner celebrates as his son tastes victory at IMS.
It's so cool. It's so surreal. Never kissed the bricks before, and my dad's won the Indy 500 twice. His team has, and I never felt, I thought, I'm going to wait till I deserve it, and I deserved it today.
No doubt. Finishing 6th in the Freedom 100 field today was Aaron Telitz. That's not him right there. That's Bob Ross, by the way, creator and host of the PBS show, The Joy of Painting. So what does Ross have to do with Telitz, you ask? I'll let Lara Overton explain it.
Aaron Telitz hopes the next time he's racing in Indy, he'll be appearing in his first 500.
My goal is to be driving an IndyCar here in the very near future.
But the Indy Lights driver isn't just skilled behind the wheel, he's also an emerging artist.
Honestly, I like doing it because it distracts me or takes some stress away from racing, because racing is even stressful when you're not at the racetrack.
The Wisconsin native always enjoyed art class in school, but it wasn't until relatively recently he discovered his joy of painting.
I always enjoyed it, but I never took it up at all until I started watching Bob Ross, who everybody kind of knows.
I'm certainly glad you could join me today. You ready to do a fantastic little painting? This is such a super day. Let's do a super little painting.
I don't know how I even found the video, but just this guy with an afro painting and talking in that perfect voice and just saying that you can do this.
There he is.
The iconic painter who taped his long-running series in Muncie inspired Telitz to take on a hobby that would help fuel his driving dreams.
I got a Bob Ross paint kit for Christmas, and I thought I'm going to give this a try. So I remember doing my first painting and just thinking this is going to look terrible. And I got done, and I was like, oh, that is basically what I was trying to do. So I just kept working at it and getting a little bit better. And now I've been selling my paintings as well.
The Bilardi racing driver initially sold the paintings for $50 a piece. They're now commanding 3 times that and helping to fund his IndyCar efforts.
That'd be great. If I could paint my way into the Verizon IndyCar Series, it'd be a fun story. I'd have to sell a lot of paintings.
I think we have a painting. It's about ready for a signature.
And Telitz hopes he'll soon not just be signing those paintings, but an IndyCar contract too.
So until next time, from all of us here, happy painting and God bless.
From Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Lara Overton, Indy Sports Central.
Well, the hour to paint the latest Indy 500 masterpiece is nearly at hand. Bruce Martin of Auto Week joining us in studio, ready to offer his own artistic critique. And Sports Overtime continues on Fox 59.